Evening, boys.
Gentlemen.
Boys.
How we going?
Oh, not bad, you?
Very good. Welcome
Sweet.
back. Another week.
Yeah, another
Another
one.
week.
Another one.
Another week.
dusted.
Another Red Bull win. Another max domination.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it getting boring for you guys yet?
Yeah, kind of.
It was a good race, though. I enjoyed it. You said you didn't.
It was all right.
You
Like
had one eye on the cricket, though.
I was between the cricket and the F1.
Mm.
It didn't really, nothing really like jumped out at me. But
Yeah.
there was a couple of little good things that happened throughout it. But
I think it was that point in time where there was trickling rain and we didn't know. It looked heavier on the TV. Like
Yeah,
normally
when I
it
was
looks-
in pit lane.
Yeah.
it looked
Yeah.
like it was- yeah, really
I
going
thought,
down.
here we go, and then nothing really happened. But it was a really smart move by some of the drivers. They came out and pitted on brand new soft
Yeah.
tyres.
yeah,
And I thought that was a stupid move from Norris and actually probably saved his race in the end.
it definitely did.
Yeah.
He was sort of nowhere, wasn't he, at the start?
Nowhere at the start, couldn't have any pace. And I think he had an issue with his steering or something they were saying. So
Yeah, I was definitely doing the rain dance when I was in bed, just trying to
what are you doing in bed?
something and the rain
The
dance.
rain dance.
I was
Is that
doing
what
the
you were
rain
into?
dance, yeah. Hoping that it would just piss down just to give us something, but that's all right. It was another Red Bull domination, as to be expected.
I've lost my crystal ball. Oh, no, I haven't. It's still there.
He's got two big crystal
Boom,
balls.
boom,
Oh,
boom.
absolutely.
Number 1, number 2, number 3.
Insane.
No one picked Leclerc. T-Shav's at it again. But you
Yeah,
know.
T-Shav styles.
We probably should get a crystal
it.
ball or something, shouldn't we?
We're going to get a little trophy or something.
Yeah, amazing. But yeah, results, Verstappen, Perez, and Chuck Leclerc.
Americans come at us.
Yeah, Chucky. Yeah, and sprint race. It was a good weekend, and it was the most unbelievable weekend. As in their first lap in real dry, full dry weather was the race.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to the fans that stuck it out all weekend with pissing
Man.
down rain,
Man.
sitting in the mud. Oh,
Nah, I would have
rough.
up and left.
And the other thing is, it's in the middle of nowhere, that track.
Is it actually?
Yeah, there's a
right.
hotel there, but there is. It's not like you can go out. You're not going out into town. You're staying there.
You stay- yeah,
in the
yeah,
mud,
that's it.
in the rain.
Yeah, it's not like Phillip Island.
Well,
or
it's not
something.
like Phillip Island. It's probably that next level for Phillip Island where you probably have to camp or you have to drive fair distance to get out of there. So
Yeah, caravan or something.
No
That's
thanks.
how I'd be doing it.
yeah. But summer break now, so we've got a few weeks off, and then I like how MotoGP now starts.
Yeah,
again.
smart.
Thank God.
They've actually made that. I don't think they used to have that where they sort of crossed over like that. So
Nah, well, motorsport people are normally late to the party. They're not very cluey with these things.
Jimmy,
a few years behind.
few years behind.
Yeah.
So what did you guys take out of the race? What do you think?
I thought the sprint was good.
Yeah,
Bit of mayhem in the pits and with
Yeah.
the tyre changes and all that. And good to see Alpine and Gasly get a result
yeah,
there.
yeah, really
It
good.
was amazing. And he fended off Lewis really, really well
Yeah.
towards the end of that sprint. So, and obviously our boy Piastri just,
Yeah, it's
really coming into his own. and
so
coming into
unfortunate in the
F1.
race. He had really nowhere to go.
No.
And Sainz came out today and said it was in his inexperience.
Yeah. I
What
did
a
see
bitch.
that.
I thought was a bit ridiculous.
That's stupid.
Because you're at full braking capacity, you can't swerve.
Yeah, where do you want to
Piastri
go?
wouldn't have hit the inside wall if he didn't have to. He
Yeah.
did that to avoid Sainz. So yeah, so frustrating.
Yeah, he just got boxed in. It was so annoying to see, though. As I
Yeah.
said, just so frustrating.
And it put them both out of the race pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sainz
That's right.
locked up. He took an aggressive move. Like he's come out and said it wasn't his fault, which is crazy. So.
Standard though. F1. Any driver, they're never gonna admit fault.
Yeah,
No, not a chance.
It's an inviting corner, and it just turns on you so quickly that first
Yeah.
turn in Spa, and you see it. You've seen
it's
it.
so
over and
important to
over
get a
again.
good exit there because it's
Yeah.
such a long. It's a full throttle for about 2 kilometers after that.
I know, it's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And then seeing the beauty of Spa is just the inclement weather.
Yeah.
It's rain, sunny rain, and then as we were just talking about before, going through Eau Rouge, just dry line, but then wet on slicks.
Oh, it's gonna be one of the craziest things. In
Has
sport,
to be
doesn't it?
one of the scariest things you can do in a
How
anything
those
motorsport.
drivers did it throughout the whole weekend.
And even Hamilton, even Verstappen had a moment, I think,
Yeah.
during the race.
Yep. Slipped a bit.
Yeah,
He did.
It's you just can't make a mistake because you are off.
Dangerous corner,
Yeah.
dangerous track. A lot of incidents there last few years. We touched on it last
Yeah,
week. A couple of deaths in the lower category. So, yeah.
it seems like a track made for F1 though.
But
Spa.
even like when you
100%.
play it on how fun is it? It's
Yeah,
the best game to play.
Yeah, it's
the
unreal.
best
It's the best track, yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's cool.
good passing opportunities, fast straights, flowing corners. Be pretty cool on a bike as well.
Yeah.
There's some good footage of it. I think it's Niccolo Canepa does an onboard, and it'd be scary.
Yeah.
But
Scary
it'd be
enough in a
sick.
car, let alone
I
on
know.
a bike going through Eau Rouge.
4 wheels versus 2.
Yeah.
I know what I'd be picking.
I've seen onboard footage of them going the other direction.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And them going down through Eau Rouge and Radion. And that looks fucking scary.
Fuck
as.
that.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Even remember that year the Tour de France went up through
Yeah.
Eau Rouge and they went around the
They
went around the
did.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Part of the stage. That was so cool.
I think they went the wrong direction. I think they went down or maybe they went up.
I
Yeah.
don't know. One of them. It was
Mm.
cool. But yeah, that was the weather helped it, I think. I wish it rained a bit more, but it's just a standard Red Bull, especially if Perez is up there. Like,
Yep.
if Ken Verstappen be stopped, it certainly doesn't.
He
look like
dominated this weekend.
Yeah,
Absolutely dominated. Even Hamilton came out and said, he goes, what a world championship it would be without
Yeah, I've seen a few drivers say
without
that.
Verstappen there. Because it's
Yeah.
so close.
Yeah, it's all right. But he's just head and shoulders above everyone.
He is.
Like, he just can't make a mistake.
And the arrogance is just immense.
How good was it?
Yeah,
Was that
pit
stop?
stop practice.
That was just taking the absolute piss.
Taking the piss, yeah.
There was a bit of back and forth, though, between him
Yeah.
and GP.
Whole weekend.
All
It's-
weekend.
I think there's a bit more there than what they're saying. Like, they seem to be
Yeah.
a little bit more frustrated at each other than they usually are. So, but they've got obviously a long-term relationship in the team.
That's pretty amazing, though, how diehard you are, where, like, you are just dominating everything. You're still getting frustrated.
Yeah.
Still angry.
Yeah.
And still want it to be perfect.
Yeah.
He seems like the perfect racing driver. Like, he's on, you see drivers on their time off, they're like, relaxing, skiing, whatever, on a yacht. But he's like sim racing.
Yeah.
He's constantly just...
He's the third best sim racer in the world or something.
That's nuts.
And he's also
insane.
like top 10 on FIFA as well.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's like a
So-
top 10 player in the world at FIFA.
This dude just doesn't stop.
But he's just got amazing hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
Even though it's a game, it's still hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
Even with the controller with FIFA.
Yeah.
And the guy's just he's like built in a Russian factory or something. You're right.
It's
As
like Ivan Drago.
Yeah,
Rocky 4.
That's what I was thinking. As soon as you said he's like a perfect racing driver, it's like he was just bred to
he
race
is.
That
cars.
must break you.
Yeah.
Those like, Germans, the
Yeah.
Dutch and all that, they're all just so, emotionless and
Yeah.
just robotic.
It's just elite mindset, I think.
Yeah, he
at the end of
is.
the day, and
But he has got a great fan base.
Oh yeah.
But they travel every race. You always see them.
And
Yeah,
they're at
Orange
all
Army.
countries.
Yeah.
There's Aussie.
They've had to build new grandstands just for the Orange Army.
That's mad.
It's amazing to see when they're at Zandvoort.
Yeah.
And it's just the whole tracks it is incredible.
Well, that's the first race after
yeah, it is.
the summer break.
That'll be huge.
Yeah, he's definitely cementing himself as, the all-time greats now. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Especially with just this season, this drive.
This alone.
He's unstoppable.
Well, it's first, second, first.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Good on him. It's
Absolutely
it's his era, so we're
So
all just living
a
it.
few changes in the paddock going into the summer break as well. Alpine made some pretty crazy decisions with dumping Otmar Satfire. He's only been at the team a short time, a couple of years. Obviously coming from the old Force India team. He'll be replaced by Bruno Firmin as an interim team principal. And then also they came out and they've obviously dumped Alan Permain as well, who's been with that team. Now that team is, come from Tolman, Renault, obviously. I think Braun, obviously. I think Braun actually, that's Mercedes, but it's been a team for a long time. And he's been around the paddock for 34 years. And Brundle came out and said that any team would be lucky to have him. So it seems like an interesting sort of departure.
Do you know why?
No, they haven't come out and said. But there's some
right.
comments this morning that Alain Prost, who used to be on the board for Alpine's, come out and slammed their head. What's his name? His last name's Rossi, but I can't remember his first name.
Yeah, right.
Not Valentino.
Wait for
No.
that.
No. So then Alan Permain will be replaced by Julian Rouse as, again, sporting director for the rest of the year. So
Gotcha.
interesting. And then, there hasn't really been much talk about driver changes or anything like that much. So that's probably coming towards more of the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I guess after the summer break, it might kick off a bit more.
Yeah. Yep.
You know. And what about Piastri? He's had an up and down weekend, but overall for a rookie,
Amazing. Yeah.
great weekend. You know,
I wouldn't
second in the sprint
complain.
race.
I was talking to you and I said he came out on qualifying on the Friday. Hasn't been to that track in 3 years. Interim weather. Boom. First lap went to the top of the table.
That's
Insane.
Yeah, he's a freak.
different level.
He's a
Yeah.
freak. Such a different character as well in the F1 paddock, isn't he?
He's a bit of an oddball.
He's a dorky. Just he looks about 15.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that any not much personality, but obviously he's got a couple of little
Quirky.
quirks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's not a big out there character such as like Danny Rick or
Yeah.
well, it's funny. There was
the opposite.
photos. There was
Yeah.
photos of him and then photos of George Russell at Wimbledon. And Piastri was like in a t-shirt with his like little cute little girlfriend, and then George Russell came in fucking full Hugo Boss suit,
I've seen that.
big sunglasses,
Yeah.
wife dressed, like it was just like two completely different
What a
personalities. Bloody Poms.
Good George Russell.
He's he's a man of the people.
Who?
Oscar Piastri.
Oh, I was thought you were going to say George Russell.
Nah, he's driving fighter jets and stuff.
Tee off. Freaking George Russell.
What about Tom? I know you've got I think you both got a bit to say to this. The recognition of Oscar Piastri.
Oh yeah, it's just
It's
non-existent.
ridiculous.
They've said a few things. I think Brundle's come out, but Crofty has not said anything. And if that was a English or a German or any of the European young kids like that, that'd be front page news.
Yeah, they would have jumped on him straight away. I think at one stage in the race, they're like, oh, and Daniel Ricciardo's doing such and such. Oh, and Oscar Piastri's here.
Yeah,
It's like, fuck, give the dude some credit.
I know.
You know, he's running second.
He,
Yeah.
and
I
he,
think
and
in
he was
sprint race.
faster all weekend than Lando Norris, and we know how big a Lando Norris, how talented he is.
Yeah, put some respect on the man's name.
Yeah.
Like, start recognizing him more.
For how many races? 11, 12 races, whatever it is
Yeah.
he's only done. Like he's fresh.
So fresh.
Yeah, how long does it take for an F1 driver to actually like catch up and then be, because you don't see many F1 drivers just fast straight out of the gates. You
No.
know? It's not like they win a world title in their first year.
They're
No.
probably a little bit faster at taking up than, say, MotoGP riders. I think, like, you look at the freaks like Hamilton. Like, I remember in his first year, he nearly won the world championship. But,
Yeah.
but you're right. There's not. They don't come in and they don't start straight away. But yeah,
I guess that all comes down to a lot as well as the car. Like, if you can jump straight into a Red Bull seat, which probably, doesn't happen often, you're probably going to be pretty fast straight off the bat. But,
yeah,
if you're just in a McLaren or the AlphaTauri, whatever it is, at least with MotoGP, you've got if you're on a satellite Pramac, you've got a chance.
You got a shot.
yeah.
It's a bit more about your riding skills. You're on that top bike.
The other thing is, like, you got to consider everything, like tire wear. How would you know how the tires are going to react after doing 50 laps somewhere if you've never raced at that track before, you never.
Are the tires the same for F2, F3, and F1?
They're different compounds.
Okay.
Yeah, they're along the lines the same.
Yeah, interesting. Because I know.
But they've only got two compounds for F2. So it's either soft or medium or hard. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, and they take the same compounds to every race, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, gotcha.
On tyres, let's talk about the wet tyre and how fucking useless it is.
Well, leading into that, what's the whole point of why can't they just start them in the wet just from the grid? Like, why do we have to do 3 safety car laps?
Oh, that was stupid.
It was so
That's
dumb.
annoying.
You know what I think? I think they're shit scared of that track with wet running.
Yeah,
Just the
'cause
incidents.
It kept,
Probably.
Yeah, they kept.
But you're right,
stopping
though.
and
It has
starting.
happened in the last... Like, they're just shit scared of big pile-ups. So...
That's what makes it fun.
But it's so frustrating them coming into pits straight after the safety car.
Yeah.
It's like they have no trust in that wet tire at all.
Yeah.
And apparently these new cars with their new downforce, all the ground effects cars, the spray's just, you can't see anything.
The spray's nuts,
Yeah.
man.
That's
So they're
crazy.
developing that new thing for the rear of the car, which is going to send the spray straight up instead of,
Okay.
yeah. So they're developing that. Hopefully we'll be here next year.
That's interesting.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
They were going to trial it, I think, at this race, but obviously they didn't.
Yeah.
Which would have been a perfect weekend to trial it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just didn't stop pissing down.
But ideally, I think that what they want to do is they want something that can clip on and then clip off. They don't
Yeah,
want it there
okay.
all the time.
Yep.
So if it's declared as a wet race, then they'll
Whack
put
it
it
on.
on.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just
We might clip
dumb.
that in actually because I had some photos of it on a car.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
grouse.
Thanks, Curtis. little ledge.
What you make of Martin Brundle's grid walk of the fans?
Yeah,
Wasn't his best one?
cringe as. And I felt like he actually wasn't listening to them either because they were explaining things to him. Like they had the two kids there.
The
They're like, oh, we're twins. And then he goes, oh, you guys related. Like he wasn't listening. He was just...
Yeah, because he probably has someone in his earpiece
Yeah.
saying something.
Yeah.
And then half the
Yeah.
people don't speak in English. You know?
There was this guy smack bang in the middle. He was like ready to talk at the start. He's like sitting there like this. And he goes... No. And he went like this, and then the guy's like,
Stitched up.
He got all shitty.
What about the
Because he was
two-
like, he looked like he wasn't all there, sort of thing.
dribbling? Yeah. What about the two Irish guys? They were holding up the
Yeah.
flag. I was thinking, oh, surely their arms getting sore. They've been holding up
Yes.
for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was
Exaggeration.
cool. I like that bit, but just get back on the grid, Martin. Get
I
back on the
know.
grid.
We want to speak to fans that don't
Yeah.
understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Terry Crews.
There obviously wasn't many celebrities make the trip out to this Francorchamps circuit.
You wouldn't think so.
But what a sort of track, man! It's just such a cool track. So much history. There's talking about how do they take that off the calendar?
You
I
can't.
know.
Like,
I've heard
I don't
that.
want to see another fucking Middle Eastern
Nah.
desert race that has 15 corners that look the
And
same.
we don't need another street circuit
No.
in America either.
No, we don't.
You know?
Unless they want to give us another one here.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, but fuck the bend.
Yeah.
all about-
I don't want to give anything. Sorry,
Nah.
sorry to our Adelaide
Yeah, we love the
listeners.
Adelaide viewers. We have a full segment on Adelaide.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, we
good-looking
do.
girls with the bad-looking dudes.
That
That's
is
called
in
an Adelaide.
Yeah. I wonder if
Um,
people in Adelaide know that.
No, they probably don't. I think I made it up, actually.
Well, it's caught on. I've told it to so many people.
Anyway, all the bad-looking blokes in Adelaide, you're getting with good-looking chicks. It's fucking... I don't know how you're doing it.
No, we know why.
in
Because
Adelaide.
there's
not
nothing
much to
going
choose
on.
from.
There's nothing to choose from over there.
City of churches.
Yeah, that's about it.
I won't be here next week, boys.
What do you do? Sit in the corner of a bar and not talk to women?
Pretty much.
Oh, shit.
I don't know how we went from Spa Francorchamps.
What a bloody... what a transition.
But going back to it, yeah, you can't get... I've heard they wanted to get rid of Spa, Monaco, for all these... it's a business, these money-making circuits, because think of how much money they pull in from the Middle Eastern circuits or like Vegas. But it just ruins the integrity of the sport.
100% it does. You got to keep some history behind it.
Yeah.
You can't just boot everything out the door.
No
No
chance.
chance.
It's crazy.
You know, you lose those actual die-hard viewers. I
Yeah,
think.
that's
and
true.
then you cater for that, as we like to say, that drive to survive market. Really,
Yeah.
like
But even some of them, surely they would think that's crazy as well. You know, it's common sense, people.
yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Has to be the best track on... Is it the best circuit on the calendar?
It's my personal favourite.
it is pretty sick.
A Spa or Imola, I reckon, for me.
Would that track be as good without Eau and Radion?
No chance.
Like if it was flat.
Well, they were talking about putting a chicane in there.
No,
That's the...
you can't.
Yeah.
That's what
Nah.
makes it.
I know.
Yeah. Like that famous footage, we'll clip this in, of there was a smoke or a crash or something and Raikkonen doesn't lift. It just goes
Yeah.
straight
Oh,
through
yeah.
the smoke. Oh, man, that's such a boss
Iceman.
move.
Iceman.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Boys, 2 words. Doing okay.
Oh,
Back-to-back feature-length wins.
Mr. Jack Doohan.
What a legend.
Superstar.
how many Aussies are they going to put in the F1 grid?
We're in a bit of a golden era.
Yeah, we are.
Yep.
And
Big time.
and I think the other thing is the golden era, it's come out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was
Look, Like
Nothing.
Piastri was a talent. He won the F2 championship, but 3 years ago,
it was just Danny Rick.
Never.
Danny
heard of
Rick was not getting a top 10 in McLaren.
Yeah.
And
So-
we had no one really in the F2, F3. Then Piastri won the championship. Doohan's looking really good. So, yeah, it's exciting for us. Because such a big leap to go from Australia
I
to
know.
get into it.
It's crazy.
Massive leap.
Oh, it's great.
You
to
don't go.
see.
The Europeans go karting, then they go to the next level. They can easily just get spotted. For us, we have to travel a long way. So
And like
Yeah.
remortgage the family home
Yeah.
there.
It's a big ask. It is
Massive
a
ask.
massive ask. But
Yeah,
it's
no.
great to see him doing really, really well.
really good, and a couple of actually good races for F. I mean, again, Spa brings out the best racing.
Yeah.
So.
I'm
Yeah.
keen to see if he does an homage to his old man's helmet.
Oh,
that
would be
we might have to fucking get on the old purchase of that. I reckon.
of a Mickey.
Imagine
Dog
that.
helmet.
Imagine F1 helmet sitting up here.
Oh, fucking
damn.
man!
That'd be
You could buy a
Write
I
that
saw
down,
I saw a Vettel helmet. It was like $6,000, brand new.
Brand new second
Yeah,
hand.
you could bring it. One of the suppliers could
That's
bring
cool.
them in a while ago.
That's crazy.
I think the MotoGP helmets are more. They're both technically advanced, but obviously you got aero and a lot of things with the MotoGP helmets.
Yeah,
There's a bit more going on, but
and they're just more accessible. Like, you know,
Yeah.
who's gonna wear a fucking Vettel helmet on a drive at the shops?
shit. Yeah, exactly right.
You never know. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Well, speaking about making the trek out of Australia in terms of their racing, any news on Shane Van Gis's hamburger?
No, but the V8 Supercars, man, who watches that anymore? Seriously. It's probably at its worst place, I think, in its history.
Well, there is news on Van Berger because he's looking to get out and go to NASCAR.
He is. So, on the race on the weekend, Cam Waters got a penalty for an unsafe release.
Where was the race?
It was in Sydney, a night race.
Oh, well, still at Eastern
yeah,
Creek.
Eastern Creek.
Yeah.
That's when
I
you
saw
know
a snippet of it when it was like
Yeah.
half time at the footy.
And look, if that happened 5 years ago, fuck, I'd be watching that. It's so cool on at night and stuff. Anyway, Cam Waters, penalty, 5 seconds. This is his radio response. We're talking in. What the fuck is wrong with this sport? They wonder why all their fucking drivers want to win.
No,
On
shit.
the radio, broadcast to everyone. Yeah. And then today, Ford's come out and now they're reviewing their participation in the V8s. And thinking about
Jeez.
pulling out. Yeah.
If Ford pull out though, like what's the point?
What's the point? Exactly.
Well, Chevrolet, like the Camaro, fucking, they sell 100 a year or something. Like, it's not a big seller. It's not like,
Yeah, it's not a Commodore.
like an old
yeah, it's not a
Commo.
Commodore.
Yeah.
It's not a, yeah. So, man, they got to do something. And again, it's probably another sport that's dying off because of the popularity of F1.
To a degree, I think even before that it was dying off though.
Yeah.
Last time we made that call, the NASCAR Americans are still coming after us.
Yeah, well, keep them coming. Keep coming.
What meets at the snake pit?
Yeah. So you're going to get a flight from LA to Melbourne. No, stop off in Auckland, then to Melbourne. Then you get on Southern Cross, all right? Actually get the Sky Bus to the city, Southern Cross, out to Diamond Creek, all right?
And what meets at the
And
snake pit?
and it's across the road from the thing, okay?
Home ground advantage.
We'll write that in the comments.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but you're probably right.
Bro, imagine if an F1 driver came on the radio and said that. There are obviously all these drivers are now talking to NASCAR teams after Gizzy Stunny's heroics.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah. And like, how much more money would you get in NASCAR? You'd
It's
get
like
a fuck
a-
ton more money.
It's sort of like AFL players going to do punting
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
because they can get like, I bet you the worst punter in the NFL would be get paid more than the highest paid AFL
Yeah.
player.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What do you think's the downfall though for V8s?
For me, I think it's Red Bull dominating. Didn't help the sport.
Yeah, if I was saying that in F1.
Yeah. And I think, we just don't have the same personalities.
It was a bit stale.
Bit stale. Like, I don't know, remember back in the day, Scafey, Lowndes.
What about, was it Jim Richards?
Brock.
With Scaife. Was it Jim Richards? When he won
For the second
Bathurst
year
on the
running,
Missons,
Mark
he
Scaife
called the
and
whole, he was
Jim
getting
Richards.
booed, and he called the
This is
whole,
bloody
he went up to the
disgraceful.
podium, and was like, you're all a pack of
Hockey break,
assholes.
this is
Yeah.
This is going to remain with
But I
you
think
for a long time.
society's
You're a
just
pack of
changed. I don't know what
assholes.
it is. Like, who knows?
I think it's maybe just that like touring car type of
Yeah.
event. It's
Yeah.
just not appealing.
You guys obviously watch a lot more than me. Do you think the introduction of all those other manufacturers when they came through killed it? Like when
Nah.
Holden and that sort of...
I definitely
Starts to
think the
back
fact
out,
is
or-
that we don't build cars in Australia anymore. We watch the V8s. We can't go and buy that car.
Yeah.
So the big thing was like, fuck, you can buy a V8 Commodore.
Yeah.
And then you watch it on TV on the, like, win on Sunday, buy on Monday, like they used to say.
Yeah.
Not everyone, no one's going to spend 150 grand on a Camaro.
No.
And you can buy the Mustang. It's still expensive. It's still 60 plus grand, which is a lot for anyone, really.
Yeah.
It's a good point you make. You know, maybe the spectacle's not there. Like, again, we always rag on Winton or...
Yeah.
But you know what the thing is? it probably is amazing racing.
Yeah, we've said
That's the
this
thing.
before.
Like, if we watched it, we're oh my god, that's a great race. But like, nobody watches it.
No one
I
watches
don't
it.
watch it for some reason. Like, it's
And I think there's
and we'll still watch Bathurst every year.
Yeah, they almost just need to put on Bathurst once a year, and that's everyone's kind of content. Seriously.
Everything's a bonus.
Yeah.
But I think as well, what lost me was all these different races. They just didn't have like the Adelaide 500.
Yeah.
Do all these
Phillip
different...
Island's gone as well.
Yeah, Phillip Island's not there. There's just the point system doesn't make. I don't get the point system. I haven't really looked into it, but
I
it
know.
seems dumb.
It's like too confusing. Maybe I don't know what it is, but the point system's always been like that. It's like you win, you're like 2,500 points.
Yeah,
like just make it simple.
Yeah, I know. Just
Like,
make it 25,
5
20,
yeah.
15.
They always have done that for some reason.
That's so dumb. I think they need to bring back more of those endurance events, which is good, and those build up the street circuits because they're always the big ones. It's those street circuits.
I know, but like again, they go to Townsville Street Circuit. They go to fucking.
No, that's true. They went to Newcastle.
They Newcastle Street. Like no one watches it. Like maybe I'm speaking for myself, but that's how I feel.
Well, I used to watch it.
When's the last time someone's gone? Oh, did you watch the V8s on the weekend?
Nah, no chance. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just Bathurst and that's it.
I rarely even see it pop up on like my Facebook feed with
Oh,
Fox Sports and
yeah.
that. Like normally you see a lot of racing stuff. And very rarely do you see V8 stuff.
I wouldn't know how you could. The only way I feel like you could actually change that is to make it a series like Netflix, where you see the drivers' personalities.
No, yeah,
That's
that could work.
That's probably the only way, and it would have to be done so well. But who's going to spend the money on that in the
No
Aussie Touring Car Championship?
Well,
Yeah.
I only watched it this year by accident because it was a double header with Aussie Superbikes in Darwin.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Why is it funny?
No, because
Chaz in the background.
Oh, is it no Chad or Chad?
Chad
Chad something. What's his name? Chad
Davies.
Chad Nalon.
Bro, this guy gets set all day. Like, think of this. Okay, Darwin, 40 degrees, fucking hot. He gets up. He's like he's on the tally at 9 a.m.
Earlier.
8,
7.
So
8.
Darwin. Okay, so he's the presenter.
Okay.
on Fox Sports.
Yep.
He's there all day.
Loves it,
Commentating.
bro. Loves
Anyway,
it.
James and I, we watch the race at night. We're like, oh, we'll put they also had the drag racing on.
Oh, mad.
We put the drag racing on. He's fucking there commentating.
You're
He was there.
Was
He was there for the
sweat?
bikes. He was there for the
Yeah,
bikes.
we'll
He was
tag
there
you
for
with
the
this.
drags.
We fucking respect.
Yeah. It was a heroic effort.
Heroic. He's in the back pits.
No, back of the pits, sweating profusely,
Yeah.
and they're turning on it. He's like trying to like fill airtime.
Yeah.
And then there was this like little rat bag mullet kid in the background, like giving him shit, trying to put him
He's
off.
been there for 12 hours.
He was there on air since 8,
That's
Bro,
cool.
it was
at least.
It was crazy.
Sweaty. I don't know how he loves
it.
And you know what's a special mention? Actually, shout out Scafey and
Yeah,
Croppo and all those
Croppo,
boys
yeah.
on V8s. They commentate the whole race.
Yeah.
Oh,
It goes
mad.
for like 6 to
And
8
the thing is,
hours.
there's no ad breaks now with Fox Sports.
They're just going the whole time. I don't know how they do it.
That's another reason the popularity's gone down. It's not shown on free to air,
Yes, great point.
and that's why I think
I
everyone
actually think that could be the main reason.
everyone comments on V8 Supercars like, well, what the fucking 65-year-old digger fucking sitting at home with his VB can can't watch it. That's
Yeah.
like that's the fan base.
Yeah, you know what?
You
You're
know?
right. I think it's the I think it is. It's free to air.
But it has potential to be an unbelievable sport, and we've loved it for so many years. It just needs something, and I personally I don't know what that is.
Well, fingers crossed they can sort it out soon. Get it back to where it belongs.
Yeah. Oh, we are. I mean, like Bathurst party. We always have a Bathurst party here every year.
How many beers do you reckon you've drunk on a Bathurst Sunday?
Oh, it'd be in the thousands.
I vouch for that. It is.
Yeah, we. I think 2020 was it where they had Bathurst.
We
And
went through a
case.
and
Yeah.
then-
No, that's nothing. That's 12 each. I think it was even more.
Nah, I think we went through. Case,
I think I drank
case-
21 of them. You had 3 of them.
Yeah, probably. That sounds about right. No, I reckon I had about. This is a lot for me, like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
That's about it. But I think we went through
Okay.
half a bottle of Jack or something.
That's
afterwards.
right. Yeah, we had a bit of mayo on that. But it was just a sea of fucking VB cans, and that's what Bathurst is all about.
The green
Yeah,
demons.
Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie
Yeah,
and
it's fucking the worst headache afterwards. After a VV sesh.
yeah, they're not a session beer. You wouldn't call them a session beer.
Unless you're a fucking Trev from Whittlesea, mop.
Yeah, they're built different, but they're built with a fucking VB out of the womb mop.
No baby formula there, boys.
So that's my V8 rap boy. Sorry to say.
riveting stuff.
Yeah, hey, got me back. Got me back. All right, well, talk about your lovely little superbikes if you like.
You know what? You're gonna hate me. It was actually a really good weekend because it was flag to flag.
Oh, was
We
it?
love a flag to
It
flag.
was flag to flag,
okay,
so
okay.
it really spiced it up. So
You know,
That's good.
Before you jump into it, what's to go with the circuit most?
Yeah.
And there's like a nuclear power plant behind it.
they filmed Oppenheimer there.
It looked like a scene of
Bro.
like The Simpsons or Chernobyl or something.
They would have they would have sold the race to the highest bidder or something.
It looked like someone's paddock.
Yeah.
They chucked a couple grandstands on. It was a fucking Chernobyl.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel of Supers.
We need to get it up because you got to see it. It's the most ridiculous
get it
thing.
up,
There's
get
like
it up.
steam and everything coming off the I don't know what they are.
Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna get this on.
Oh, get it going. You'll be right.
But yeah, the racing was actually really good.
No, I actually did watch a couple of. No, I didn't.
That's shocking. That's terrible. That's so bad.
That's another. That's
that
another thing
hurts
for me about. I do love motorbike racing, and I give Daniel shit for superbike. So it is a great sport.
It's a great sport.
But that was one of the things that when I started watching MotoGP was I didn't get how they had this fucking super pole and the sprint race, like it was, and then the real race, like race 1 and 2 and stuff.
You know what Superbikes?
And it confused a bit out of me.
Yeah, it is different.
Yeah.
Do you know what was sick about Superbikes back in the day? But they had Superpole where they had the 1 lap shootout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I wish they actually did that again. They actually should do that again for MotoGP as well.
Oh, that'd be
That's
so
a fucking
cool. On like
that's
maybe
a spectacle.
maybe like every other weekend or something, like just
Yeah, like Magello, Phillip
Yeah.
Islands, maybe like Jerez or something like that. Would be a good one for it.
Might have to do a deeper dive into
We'll
this
have to do a
afterwards.
deep dive.
that's right.
But yeah, it was really, really good racing.
Not many articles. or
You
images
can't
of
find a
this.
photo on the track. You'd strife.
Struggle Street. It's a real tough
God, I
one
can
out
find a
there.
photo of my house on the fucking on bloody on images. Oh goodness.
Put some respect on the Superbike name. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
You know I'm joking. You know,
No,
and
no,
all
no.
the viewers, you know I'm joking.
You know, Daniel's gonna message Tom tonight.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, bad call. No, it was really good. Race 1, tyre gamble, so people went wets.
Yeah.
And Inters, it's the same thing as F1.
Well, they're Inters in Superbikes.
Yeah, they
no
got
way.
Inters, yeah.
They don't have Inters in MotoGP, do they?
Yeah,
it's either
Yeah,
wets.
they do.
Did they?
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't remember.
Well, according to the MotoGP game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
Pretty
don't
sure.
remember seeing.
No, I'm
them
sure it's
use
just wets or
Inters.
dries.
No, I thought that was Inters. I could be wrong. Probably
Can't
wrong.
trust them at a GP game.
No, that's true. But yeah, it was really good. So Johnny Ray, Toprak, and Danilo Petrucci were your top 3 for
Johnny
race
Ray
1.
back.
Oh, so was it raining in race 1 or not?
It started and then it dried really quickly.
Okay, because Petrucci is a master in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Bautista finished 12th.
I don't know why he's laughing.
There's this-
This is his time to shine, James. Okay, he lives for this.
So I'm gonna get up.
It's
I'm
just-
gonna get up and walk in a
This
minute.
45-second segment of Superbikes every week. and you just-
out, boys.
No, what I'm laughing at is Tom's salesman. Petrucci's the master of the rain. Hasn't watched Danilo Petrucci in 3.5 years.
Seen him in that one race in France. And that was it.
He's a. You can't fool me.
No, but he is good in the rain. All jokes aside.
Oh,
Fuck. Get back on track, boys. Fuck.
okay, I've got a stitch.
So yeah, Bautista, couldn't sort of hack it at the start of the weekend. He qualified 14th, finished 12th. Bad tyre choice in race 1. Super pole. What did we have? Toprak, Johnny Ray, Alvaro Bautista, Titanic trio.
Yeah.
Rounding it out. So Toprak sort of closing the gap a bit in that championship. But then real weird. Toprak actually had a tyre blowout in race 2.
Have you seen this?
No.
I thought he
just I can get up on a bar.
I thought he just slid out.
This is amazing.
But yeah, his tyre absolutely
Yeah.
burst on
It
him.
like exploded.
God.
And it's an amazing photo of it.
Overpressured or
I don't
Oh,
know,
they
just,
had that portable pump just pumping it up too much.
wouldn't be surprised.
it'll probably be right up here.
Yeah, find a photo, Daniel.
I did see it before.
It's all over. It's all over socials. But yeah, it was incredible. There it is.
Jeez.
It's off the rim.
So he just it looked like he lost the rear end, but
Yeah, I thought he just sort of had a bit of a high side, and then a friend of mine sent it to me this morning. Shout out to James who sent it to me, and yeah, I couldn't believe it.
so the commentators didn't pick it up either.
Nah, no one knew till after.
Fuck at that.
Oh look, it's fully off. Like
Yeah, full heights, just full bucked him.
shit.
It is crazy.
So yeah, he went off. And
How
then
does that happen though?
I think that's just unlucky. Like,
He could have run over something, but that even would be hard because you pretty much your front wheel goes over the same bit of tarmac. So
Yeah, it must be something to do with that tire.
Yeah.
Function in the tire.
yeah, it could just been a malfunction with the tire.
but yeah, race 2, Bautista back on the top step, Petrucci second.
In the rain?
No, it was like mixed conditions.
Oh yeah,
That's-
he does like mixed.
He does, yeah.
Standard.
The master of mixed conditions.
Yeah.
And Johnny Ray third, so it was good to see
Johnny Ray,
him
back.
back in some good form. Supersport was flag to flag.
They have flag to flag as well.
Yep, and I didn't realise this. You actually have to stay in the pits for a certain amount of time before you go back out.
Really?
Yeah, when you get your tires changed on Superbikes.
Oh, so it's not too rushed. Obviously, it's like a safety thing.
I don't know if it's a safety thing or I would assume so.
Do they stop him at the end of the pit lane, or do they?
No. So you got to be in the pit lane for I think it was like a minute 13.
So they change the tires, don't swap bikes.
No, change tires, get them up on stands.
That's
It'll be
fucking
so.
dope.
That's be so they wouldn't rush it. That's
Yeah.
it'd be a safety thing.
So it's amazing
Yeah.
to see. Like it happened at Phillip Island at the start of the year, and to watch it go down from the top of the pits is.
Oh yeah.
How they
that's
do it,
right.
it's
That's
mint.
right. Of course, yeah.
But yeah, like, so I didn't realise, and you get penalised for every second you're under or whatever, you lose a certain amount of time.
It's so ridiculous. Like, the more efficient you are, the more you get penalised.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It was so dumb.
That
I was
is
like,
crazy.
that's crazy. One of the riders went out with like 4 or 5 seconds. He smashed it by,
Ugh.
and I was like, oh, like he copped it hard.
What do you think, Daniel, of the 3 races and supers? Is it too much of the
I
sprint
love
race? Yeah, okay.
I love it.
They got a sprint race as well.
Yeah.
And race 1, race 2.
So yeah, they got
one,
race on
two,
Saturday
Super Pole.
and then 2 races on Sunday. The Super Pole race.
So Super Pole determines
Oh,
your
yes.
race 2 start.
Race 2 start. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
So I think the best way to put it is Supers is if you just love racing, Supers is the event because just racing. It's racing all weekend through the classes.
Yeah.
You know, and I think sort of going back to that thing on V8 Supercars, you can buy that bike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can buy that Kawasaki, whatever it is.
yeah, so whatever bike you see and like it, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You can grab it, but yeah, I don't personally think it's too much. Like I love it. I just love watching racing though.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
bit
fair.
weird like that.
Yeah, you geek, mate.
Geek.
I saw a thing. Ray was complaining about Kawasaki about that. I think they can increase their revs or something along those lines, and they're not doing it. They're not doing something within the rules that Kawasaki that can do that will give them more power.
Yeah, probably the rev.
Yeah,
counter.
I'm pretty sure that, and I don't know if that's just to preserve engines or something like that.
Probably would be because Ducati have to drop theirs to meet the requirements.
But yeah,
Same in Supersport, they're obviously running a V2. You're typically racing against 600s, so
Yep.
all those bigger bikes in Supersports have to drop their revs as well.
so that's interesting that Ray's coming out and say that. Instead of getting sick
But
of
they
it,
did
so-
that a few years ago when Ray was dominating, didn't they? Didn't they limit the revs on the
Yeah.
bike?
Yeah.
And that's how it all sort of evened back out again.
Yeah.
He still dominated.
But are they saying? Yeah, they did. They still won, didn't
Yeah, he still smashed them.
they? Yeah. So what's the difference between those bikes and these bikes? Where has Ducati just done so much better in the last few years? There's got to be a
Yeah.
correlation between MotoGP and Superbikes, how they're both now winning.
Well, Superbikes Ducati's always been winning anyway.
It's like the Repsol Honda of Superbikes.
Yeah.
Ducati.
So
Oh, right, okay.
they've
Yeah,
still
it's always
been,
been up there.
there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
It's not like they had a period where no one had won
Right.
for so long.
Gotcha.
They still had race winners and stuff. So, but yeah, the last couple of years when Bautista went back, he like 2 Superbikes, he almost won the championship, blew out a massive lead, and then
Yeah.
just inexperience got ahead of himself and started falling and finishing mid-pack and all that kind of stuff. So cooked the goose. Scott Redding cooked it for 2 or 3 years there.
Yeah.
But they've always been there or thereabouts. But I think it's got to be in correlation to MotoGP using some of the aero and all that kind of jazz, bringing it across.
Yeah,
the
there has to be
tech.
something there. I'm sure they'll swap data.
Because I think Ducati would have to almost be one of the most, if not the most successful superbike
I think it is.
manufacturer.
For sure, it'd have to
I
be.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys like
Fogarty,
Corsa,
Yeah.
Foggy, Bayless, Hodgson,
Haga,
James Toseland, Haga, Bautista,
Checker.
Checker, heaps of guys were on that bike and won championships. So, yeah, definitely, like you said, James, the Repsol of supers.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
But yeah, wrapping it up, there are 2 close championships still with the super sport as well. Some mixed results there.
Or how far ahead's Bautista?
I
I thought he was killing it.
over 70-something points.
Oh, fuck.
There's 4 rounds to go.
Yeah.
So unless something catastrophic happens,
Oh, so he could win the championship next round.
I
No, it's
think
3 races, remember?
It's 3 races, so I think he can win it the round after.
Right.
So, and Top Rack's had a bit of an average run the last 2 rounds. So,
As you can see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's high. Jeez.
but yeah, that's about it on the super sport and superbike front. So
Beautiful.
riveting.
No, it was good. Thanks, mate.
Just never talk
No, I'm
about it
gonna-
again.
I'm gonna take you on a journey.
Throw it back.
I'm gonna talk about Spa 2012.
Here we go.
All right. Give you a little bit of a lead up.
Set the scene.
Music, please.
Dim lights.
So 2012 season, probably one of the most exciting seasons in the history of the sport. We had Fernando Alonso, Mark Webber, Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, some star-studded, a lot of world champions on the grid. So first 7 races of the season, 7 different winners, including that famous win by Pastor Maldonado in Barcelona.
7 different winners in his first 7 races.
Yeah.
Fuck, that must be unheard of.
You couldn't imagine that now.
No way.
So going into Belgium round of the championship, Fernando Alonso leads the championship by 40 points. Okay.
Decent lead.
Decent lead over Mark Webber. And then Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton were 7 points behind. Race. Grosjean made a good start. Moved up the inside of La Source. In doing so, squeezed Hamilton over. Famous crash, this is. Put them, touched wheels, both lost control. Grosjean then sped into the back of Perez. Perez came airborne, and that famous scene where Perez went over the top of... Think of Perez, it's a long time ago. I think he's still racing, yeah?
Yeah,
Because remember we
true,
talked
true,
about
true,
Perez the other
true.
week.
Here it is here.
Here it is here.
So who's this on board with?
So this is Alonso on board.
Okay.
How's that sound, huh?
Yeah, cool. It's
How's-
amazing, isn't it? Look how thin the cars are.
Oh. That's actually Grosjean that went over the top of him. My apologies.
Shit.
Pre-Halo era, obviously, as
Yeah,
well.
and this is probably one of the biggest arguments for the Halo.
Yeah, yeah.
This
Who's
incident.
this?
This is Hamilton. So you'll see Grosjean so overly aggressive on his left coming through.
Was there a jump start?
Yeah.
Or did he just...
There was a jump start. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So look how aggressive he was.
Who's that?
That's Grosjean.
Grosjean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big crash.
Massive crash. I'm going to say personally one of the craziest and scariest crashes that I've witnessed live. There's been a lot of probably worse crashes out there, but I just remember how, I don't know, how crazy it was. It flipped the championship on its head after that. Jenson Button ended up winning the championship, winning the race, but Vettel came second and obviously pulled that back a few points on him. Grosjean was fined €50,000 and given a 1 race ban, which was pretty unheard of back then.
That's
That's massive.
That's massive.
Yeah, having a race ban is very unusual.
I don't remember the last time a driver or a rider's had a race ban, funny enough.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Or Fanardi, did he get banned or did he just get fired from his team?
He got banned
from
for
the
the rest of the
championship.
season.
Yeah,
But that's a whole other story.
it was also Michael Schumacher's surrounded with Grand Prix as well. Just to add to it. But yeah, that's my throwback for this week.
Yeah.
Just one of those memories. I remember actually posting a photo of that crash on my Facebook, and
How many likes do you reckon you got?
probably 1.
From your dad?
Thanks, Dad.
But I just remember that 2012 season and just looking back at it. And that goes into my last throwback of Brazil 2012 when...
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. That's one to all listeners to go back and rewatch.
Well, if I know there's always things that happen in world championships, how it's a topsy-turvy affair, but if that didn't happen, Alonso would have got points and would have won the championship in Brazil. So that's sort of a throwback from my throwback to where it all started. So
when you definitely wanted Alonso to win that side.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's the beauty of motor racing, though. Sometimes it's not even your fault. You just get taken out. So it's up to the motor racing gods.
That's it.
That happens in all the formats.
Yeah, that's it. And it's why we love it, to be honest. So
the frustration,
unpredictability.
Yeah. There's always wacky results. I'm still hung up about the 7 different drivers winning in the first 7 races.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Do you know who a list of who that was?
So it would have been without looking at it. It would have been Vettel, Alonso, Webber, Maldonado, Hamilton. I think possibly maybe Rosberg with the Mercedes. Maybe Raikkonen on the Lotus Renault.
No shit.
Yeah. So now I'll look.
So the first 7.
Yep.
Daniel's got it.
Australia.
Yep.
Do you want pole and winner or just winner?
Just winner.
Jensen.
Just a button. That's what I want.
Malaysia, Fernando. China, Nico Rosberg. Bahrain, Sebastian Vettel. Spanish Grand Prix, Pastor Maldonado. The Monaco Grand Prix, Mark Webber. And then the Canadian Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. There you go. That's amazing. That's actually incredible.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it is nuts.
And Kimi didn't win to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
He did win, yeah. I mean, it was 10 different winners or something for the year. It was just incredible. The half the field, I think, won at race, or nearly half the field.
That is
actually. I think there was 24 cars back then, which is going to be soon. I think going to 2026. I think there's going to be two new teams. We'll break the news when that happens.
I like it.
Stadega.
All right. Two-wheel talk.
Yeah. Any MotoGP news that the listeners have been waiting out to hear?
Daniel?
There's a new pressure monitoring system that's going to be implemented from this week.
Tyre pressure.
Yep. So GP only, I believe. So I had it up here. What you can and can't go under. So you have to adhere to a minimum front tyre pressure of 27.6 psi and a rear of 24.7. So with that, the penalties: first offence is a warning, second offence 3 second, third offence 6 second, and then fourth onwards 12-second time penalty.
So they start the race with set tyre pressures.
Yeah.
The heat affects tyre pressures. The tarmac does. If you've miscalculated that, you fuck for the race.
You're gone.
Because you're going to get 1, 2, and 3. If it happens once, it's going to happen again.
Yeah. 100%.
So what can they do in that race to build the tyre pressure up or down? It's impossible, isn't it?
It's going to be a tough one. I think we'll see a lot of penalties flung around after this.
They would fluctuate a whole lot during the race as well.
They really would. Well, there's always, concerns about them, and it's half the time why you can't pass and all that kind of jazz.
It is?
So
okay. So it might improve the racing.
Maybe.
Just get rid of those bloody winglets. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
No.
As well. So.
But it could be, this could be an underlying issue that isn't bigger than we think as well. So it'd be interesting if this does change the racing up a little bit.
Well, there was a couple of complaints last year when Pecco won a few races and someone else won a couple of races. They're like, oh, their tyre pressure. And there was a couple of concerns about it, but ultimately it sort of didn't fall on deaf ears, but it went nowhere. They were adhering by the rules. So,
yeah. I mean, tyre pressure, it'd be so important. It's only those two tyres that are touching the, it's
exactly.
one of the most important things. So
it's going to make a difference to your contact patch and, how early you can crank it over and all that kind of jazz. So
it's definitely turning Formula One-esque for the technology that's going into it.
Yeah.
Even Casey Stone has come out and said that the bikes are now Formula One cars on 2 wheels.
Yeah.
And he's saying that, he's scared for the sport, as in, Honda and Yamaha, Japanese manufacturers can't keep up.
No.
They're going to have concessions to get them back there. It's just interesting. It's just changed. As he says, it's kind of changed all of a sudden. It hasn't taken really long. And I think that's just the introduction of aero. And I'd love to see what other people's
God, do you think the Japanese would be like up there with aero as well, though? It's amazing how they're so far behind the Europeans.
Yeah, they just can't. They can't catch up.
It's taken such a shift especially in MotoGP.
Is it because I know this sounds ridiculous, but is Ducati make a more premium bike, so therefore they've got the more premium technology to test these things? Like, does it come down to those simple things?
I think you're kind of on the right track, as in you look at Ducati sales and Aprilia sales, and those bikes seem to just be that much up with tech compared to your Hondas and your Kawasaki's. And I think the Euros are really putting in that money in Grand Prix racing to then, so it trickles down.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of it, trickles down to your sales. Where I don't see that as much, to be honest, with Honda and Yamaha. Like, yeah, the R1 is a classic bike and it's amazing. It's a very good bike. But then you look at the Honda, the only one they have is like a $50,000 CBR 1000 RR, whatever it is, triple R.
Yeah.
RR-R.
Yeah. It's just nuts. Like, I think too, like, think of Ducati and even BMW, obviously Ducati with Audi as well, under the same banner.
Yeah.
Their resources and development side of things will be through the roof. So essentially, yes, they are pulling stuff off Formula One or race cars and incorporating that onto their road bikes and race bikes. But I think too, the aesthetics of European bikes are probably a lot nicer.
Yeah.
It's probably a bit controversial, but yeah, I think the European bikes definitely look a lot nicer than most of the Jap bikes.
I think it's always kind of been like that.
I think
it has. But
yeah, they're always like they're a little bit more plain. The Jap bikes to me.
I like the R1 though. I'm
the R1's
a fan of the R1.
I do like, and the crossplane is mint. It sounds amazing.
It does.
But I think now too that they're so much more accessible. Back in the day, how many Ducatis would you have seen around for sale? Like, I'm talking early thousands, mid thousands.
Yeah, it's a lot more accessible now.
It's so much more accessible. There's so many more dealers, more people bringing them in.
Marketed well.
Yeah, the marketing's amazing. Same as Aprilia. They're, only a handful of people probably would have bought them in back in the day. Now, double, triple the amount of people sell them. And vehicles to BMW, same deal.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. What do we think? So it's all but done for Rins to Yamaha?
Pretty much. It's going to get announced, they reckon, before Silverstone.
Okay. Yeah, it's inevitable.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So Morbidelli's been offered a lifeline with Yamaha in Superbikes on an official R1M. Now, whether that means it's Top Rack's Pata Yamaha seat, because he's off to Beamer. I don't know, but I think he's hanging on to hopes that he's going to get a gig in MotoGP.
Where, though? Who's going to take you?
Well, you know what? Repsol Honda might not have a choice.
Yeah, Mia's going to go to...
Oh, they reckon that's been shut down.
Okay.
But But who knows?
And I've heard with that as well, Augusto Fernandez to LCR Honda.
Yep.
And then Pedro Acosta to Gas. Take his seat.
Oh, yeah. So Polo Spargo still at Gas?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So would they give Pedro a factory bike like Ducati?
Potentially.
You think they would? KTM.
Is there rules and regs around that though? Like, so for example, Bezecchi's getting a factory bike next year.
Correct.
And they're saying that if Zarco stays at Pramac, he's not going to have a factory bike.
I'm assuming you're allowed to have 4 then.
Yeah. Okay. That must be the rule.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't they give Zarco a factory bike then? So
I'm assuming, unless it's just a money thing.
But
I think it's probably right. Otherwise, all of them would be on factory bikes.
Yeah.
And just be unfair advantage.
Yeah.
So I think if that's the case and Zarco loses that factory ride or bike, whatever you want to call it, he'll start to be more of a developmental rider for Ducati.
Yeah, have the Gas got factory bikes?
I don't think Espargaro does, no.
Or have they got last year's bike?
I think they got last year's bike.
That's interesting.
Because that factory Red Bull KTM streaks better than that bike last year. Look how Miller and Binder's riding it now.
I reckon Miguel and Fernandez Aprilia is better than this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Oliveira was fit this year, he would have gone so much better than how he has.
He would have been the top Aprilia rider.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. Yeah, those two Aprilia boys. Nowhere. I'm almost forgetting about MotoGP. I can't remember what's going on because it's been so long. It's been a fucking
It's probably a good
month
thing,
and a
though,
half.
that you've forgotten about it, because otherwise you'd be bloody looking forward to it and it's not happening.
What's happening now? You confused. You broke him.
yeah.
There's a bit of steam. Like,
No, as in you've forgotten about it because it hasn't been on the last few weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, well, it's a good thing you just forget about it and then
Yeah.
you'll be excited when it's on.
Yeah, I'm very
So
excited
let me
this weekend.
let me dumb it down for you.
Can you explain it to me as a second grader?
be some words said after this. After this. James is nappy.
Well,
Yeah.
it looks like they are on factory bikes, the Gas boys.
Oh, really?
They're all on
Okay.
RC16s, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think
That's just the model.
That's
That's
the
just the model, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the Desmi Adichie GP23, GP22, they've obviously made them a bit different.
the what? Sorry.
The Desmo Adichie GP23,
Come on,
GP20.
Daniel, give us the...
Desmo Adichie.
Excuse me. Let me just.
He's under pressure now.
The Desmos Yedici.
No way, is that what it actually is?
Yeah.
Desmo Adichie.
Desmos Yedici. GP23.
Sounds like you're ordering
Desmo
some type of focaccia.
Oh, it is.
It is
actually,
too. Yeah.
Desmo Sedici. It actually has an S in it.
Yeah.
Desmo Sedici.
Yeah.
Grande noche.
I'm pretty sure that's how you say it.
Nah,
otherwise I'm-
Desmo, you're right. Why did I say Desmo Adichie?
Because you're a fucking
That's
Aussie, mate.
Your little dog was named after that, wasn't it? Desmo Adichie. Was he?
Yeah, Dad named the dog Desmo.
Desmo. That's
Chicati Nuppy. But yeah, Silverstone this weekend as well, boys.
Awesome. Awesome round for
Let's
MotoGP.
go.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's been a good track.
Yeah, and good for all racing as well. Moto 3, Moto 2, and GP. Good slipstreaming. I can't wait for Moto 3. 12
Yeah.
guys going for the lead.
And the pit straight
best.
is not the same straight as F1, is it? It's different. Or have they changed
I
that?
think they switched it back this year.
Okay.
Sure, I read that.
Yeah. Because I think the Moto 3 riders and the Moto 2 have their own pit lane or something there. So they come out of the other pit lane.
I think you're also right with that. And I'm pretty sure. I know F1 and MotoGP were on opposite sides.
Yeah.
And I reckon they've switched it back to the F1 side.
Oh,
this
okay.
year.
Yeah.
I think I could. be
Because
wrong. I
when
could be
Rins
wrong.
passed Marquez on the last corner to win, that was at the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they changed it.
That was a great race, that.
Oh, so
I remember
good.
watching that. That
I
was
think
unreal.
from memory, this could be a throwback for one of you boys soon, but wasn't Rins like 9/10 behind going to the last yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Pre-winglets, maybe, or even the start of winglets.
I think it was just the start.
Yeah.
That just those little ones
Yeah.
underneath the front.
Cute little ones.
Yeah.
Not the monsters now.
Mm.
Yes.
I'm just going, switching back now, because this is the time we switch back and talk about some other things. Are we done with MotoGP?
Yeah, I got nothing else.
Okay.
Just waiting for
I
the
just
race.
forgot to talk about, I want to talk about with F1, the tyre blankets.
Oh,
Yes.
Because we were talking about tyres before.
Yes.
So they are delaying the removal of tyre blankets until 2025 due to safety concerns from the drivers.
Yeah. Okay.
So they had a meeting at Spa.
Yep.
And, like, imagine this weekend, them going out on cold slicks.
Yeah. Through Eau Rouge, man.
Yeah.
You can't.
What'd you call me?
I said you can't.
So,
But I can call you that if you want.
that might get
Yeah,
flagged. That might get
You
flagged.
only get one.
Well,
one
don't
episode.
say it again.
No, it had A in it. It's not you.
So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Fuck, we're off the rails.
Can we talk about? You had something to talk about with the.
Yeah, I got a PSA.
Oh.
This is an announcement for Australian media.
Okay.
Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 10, Fox Sports, just give us something. So I was watching, I don't know, the footy show or something on Sunday, and it went to 9 News Sports Sunday or whatever it is. And they said, we're delivering all Aussie sports from around the world. And they rattled off all these sports and gave us nothing on the motocross.
Ugh.
They didn't even really give us anything on motorsport, to be honest. But, like, if you're going to, like, just one of Channel 7, 9, 10, whoever, just humorous. Give us something about the Lawrence boys. Jett Lawrence, Hunter Lawrence. They're doing so well overseas. Just give us something.
We would be happy to put a sponsorship up.
Yeah.
If they're going to show some footage, at least.
100%.
Yeah.
Show us something. Just give them some credit.
Yeah.
You know, like they always talk about the supporting Australian sportsmen, but you know, it's nothing.
It's a load of BS.
Yeah. Give us something.
Throw respect on the names. What do you like to say, Tom, about the Lawrence boys?
I like to say that they have to be the some of the best athletes we've ever produced in this country that nobody talks about.
No one.
Nobody.
Back that to the hills.
Yeah.
No one.
It's
It's
There's
actually,
the Sir Donald Bradman of motocross.
they're
Well, Jet is. Hunter's.
That's such a crazy statement. It's criminal from you and the Australian media outlets. They have to give him something.
Jet's younger than Hunter.
Younger
Yeah.
than Hunter, yeah.
That just shows me crazy.
It's nuts, but they need to give him something. It's crazy now. You know, if you're going 16-0, whatever he is at the moment, he's already won 4 titles. This is his rookie season, and you know, not even Fox Sports, nothing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And he'll probably get, if he's lucky, a tiny clipping in the newspaper when he wins.
Yeah. You know,
Like when he wins the championship.
It's craziness. So please, someone just give him a shout out.
Give us something.
They deserve it. Otherwise, they'll change their nationalities to Americans and race in the motocross destinations as Americans and not Aussies.
Yeah.
Got to give them the respect.
They'll adopt them.
Yeah, fuck
Oh,
off, they
100%.
will.
I mean, they probably don't give 2 fucks, but like it would be frustrating because they are the top of their game. And
Yeah, I wonder what
Yeah.
they do think. You know, I'm sure their mates and stuff back home would be like, you know, you get nothing here. I could walk through, through Melbourne, and no one would know who they are.
No.
You know,
No.
Gonna be completely honest with you, I probably would walk past them, not look twice.
well, that's because there's no media coverage.
It's wrong. Yeah.
That's all it is. Unless you're like, you know, you've watched.
I wonder if they
motocross
actually
since
like
you're a
it.
kid.
They actually might like coming back to Oz, and they're not going to get harassed by fans because they get harassed in the States.
Yeah, it might be a nice change of pace.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's probably nice for your own country to recognise.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice, you know, your citizens
Yeah.
actually dominating on the world stage.
Well,
Probably-
how did it feel for you when you got recognised?
Yeah, Preston Market. Was
Oh
it?
yeah, it was. Yeah, well, a gentleman named Marco,
That's cool.
fan, obviously.
Big fan.
He'll be watching. He'll be watching tonight.
100%.
Well, yeah, he was walking down Preston Market there in Preston, and and yeah, got the arm pulled over and with the merch on as well. You know,
Yeah.
our new merch has dropped. And I said he's recognised us from the podcast, which is nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I gave him a free T-shirt and air freshener, so he was happy
Beautiful.
with that.
Mad.
Yeah.
Santa Claus overweight.
Yeah. Sorry to tell you that, Jim. Put that on my tab.
Generous.
Never seen anything like it from Tom. Like trying to get some of his cold dead hands.
He wasn't sure whether to go or not.
Funny.
Uh,
Speaking of merch, head on to motorsportrepublica.com. Everything has just dropped, so anyone listening, check out our designs. We got Rossi, Miller. We got
F1 stuff.
F1 stuff, Verstappen, Hamilton, Ricardo.
We've got some
McLaren
cool
team.
accessories, some more accessories coming as well.
Yeah.
Stuff that we want to use, hanging
Yeah.
from our cars, what we want to wear, that sort of thing.
Yeah, all cool stuff. So
So-
it's all ready to go. Ships worldwide. Yeah. Have a look at our website.
Yep.
Get around it.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Tips for the MotoGP.
Jeez. Haven't even thought about it.
Dan, have a look while we look up last year's results. I mean, tell us your tips.
Pecco.
Come on.
Pecco, I'm going to throw... I did this last time. It didn't work well for me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Marini in for a big result.
Okay.
I reckon he'll pull something out of the bag. And with the rest, I think this has done Miguel a world of good.
Oh, damn it.
So I'm going to throw him up there. And Bastianini. 2 guys coming back from injury.
So what's your top 3?
Top 3 will be Pecco, Marini, and Miguel. No specific order. Or Pecco first, the other 2 wherever. But that's going to be...
Marini and Miguel.
It's just going to be a different podium this week.
Fuck. Right. That's a toughie. This is a toughie. It's so hard to pick MotoGP, honestly. I'm gonna go Marini to win.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Binder second. And I'm gonna go Jorge Martin third, and I'm gonna go Pecco Bagnaia to crash.
Oh, crystal ball.
Yeah,
Touch
that's I can feel something in my crystal balls, and I reckon that's it.
That's it.
I'm gonna go Bagnaia, Miguel Oliveira.
Nice.
I like that. I actually really like that tip.
You're a big fan of Miguel.
Yeah,
I like
massive
it.
fan. Yeah, he
I love
is.
it.
Yeah, I am.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I am big, and I rate him as a rider. I really do. Jorge Martin third.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Very good.
But I in my crystal ball, I'm feeling a good weekend for the all round. Big head. I'm feeling a really good weekend for Aprilia.
Okay.
I feel like that circuit suits their chassis to a T.
That's a good call.
Yeah,
I respect that.
thank you.
That's a great call.
I think also the Hondas will go okay. There's not a.
Oh, that's where you've lost me.
Leclerc on the LCR, not a chance.
The problem with Honda is their acceleration. I think. Well, the whole bike's fucked. But I think these tracks, they don't have a lot of. There are a lot of flowing corners, so acceleration isn't as important.
You might find Yamaha will do okay then.
Yeah, Yamaha.
Yeah,
as
they
well.
love a flowing corner.
They love a flowing
corner.
It's exactly like Aprilia.
Yeah.
But it's
I
still
like
some
that
big straights.
Who's going to have a shocker? I
Oh,
reckon.
me, Pecco Bagnaia.
I reckon Jack Miller's going to have a shocker.
I was going to say that too.
He's had his. I reckon
He's been building too many racetracks. Hasn't been thinking about it.
I reckon he's in for a good one. I reckon he's in. I wouldn't be surprised if he still podiums or gets a top.
James
5.
has got about fucking 15 in his top 3, I reckon.
That's workplace harassment.
Take it up with HR, mate.
I am HR.
No, I reckon. I reckon Bezecchi's going to have a stinker.
Yep. Okay. Interesting.
Bezzecchi is going to have a stinker. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see him up.
God, there's so
up
many.
there.
So
I
many.
know,
so
MotoGP,
hard,
bro.
I'm so G'd now.
I'm
for
so
this
excited.
stuff.
There's
for
12
it to
riders who can win that race.
It's fucked.
You got
It's
all the
so
the
good.
Ducatis can win. All the Aprilias, the fucking KTMs can win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Like-
going to be gnarly. It's going to be so
It's
good.
only Yamaha and Honda
that can't do
that
anything.
can't win.
It's letting us down.
I'll laugh if Leclerc comes out on that LCR and
But-
pumps everyone.
But even
Oh,
all
no
Rins.
chance.
Is Rins racing? Or is he still fucked?
He's still.
Mate, he just got married in a wheelchair.
Oh, true. I thought, but you know these MotoGP riders.
Yeah, they are different.
But like even things like you look at Alex Marquez, he could have a great weekend.
Nah, throw him out.
Takani Scalar,
Yeah.
fucking Yasso there.
Nah, not having a bar of Alex Marquez. Sorry.
Bezzecchi. I mean, we haven't talked. No one said Bezzecchi. Oh my god, like crazy.
Yeah, I think he's due
Fuck.
for an average.
He
one.
is an average one.
yeah,
yeah,
you
like
just
a
said
stinker.
that.
Did you? Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't.
And you repeated him as well.
Did I punch it at the same time? All right. Well, thanks everyone. That was a really good catch up. Anything else to add?
Nah, I'm good, boys.
See you in Silverstone.
Yes. See you in
Done.
Silverstone.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks.
Cheers.
See yous.